Hi, Professor. Today we are going to present our term project on IoT forensics. Me and my team member Anusha, we both are going to present two research papers on IoT forensics, and I am going to present research paper on digital forensic and investigation of Internet of Things, a short survey. And my team member is going to uh, present research paper on a short survey on Internet of Things forensics, challenges, approaches, and open issues. Introduction to the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things defines a dynamic environment of interrelated computer devices with different components for seamless connectivity and data transfers. There are some example of IoT devices, which are wearable devices like smartwatches, glasses, health monitoring systems, and smart home applications like smart locks, sensor for temperatures, gas, and etc. And smart vehicles, drones, and applications for industrial applications. IoT devices exchange data with millions of other devices around the globe. Uh, and they have a large scale of communications, making them especially inviting for users with integral intentions. In many of the cases, they are not directly targeting the IoT devices, but using it as a weapon to attack other websites. As a result, cybercrime has become the second most reported crime globally. And my team member is going to explain her research paper.
Hi, this is Anishanandam. So today I'm going to present a research uh, a pre present presentation on the research paper, a survey on the Internet of Things, IoT forensics, challenges, approaches, and the open issues. So this survey aims to answer the following questions like uh, which are the novel factors affecting the well-known digital forensic discipline? Can the data stemming from IoT devices be utilized for the forensic purposes? And if so, how useful can it be in the forensic investigation process? Are there any techniques and models that collect, preserve, and analyze the data in an efficient forensic manner? Are there any standards, regulations, and the best practice guidelines that could provide the assistance to the digital forensic professionals? And finally, what are the current trends and the open issues in the IoT forensics? So, first of all, we'll discuss about what is a digital forensic. So, digital forensic means the discipline of the digital forensic is a branch of the traditional forensic science. So, it concerns the uncovering and the interpretation of the electronic data. So, digital forensic professionals deals with the identification, collection, recovery, analysis, and preservation of the digital evidences found on the various types of the electronic devices and above all the mentioned steps which constitute the forensic investigation life. So, what is a forensic and how it differs from the digital forensic? That means a fundamental difference between the digital forensic and the IoT forensic could be seen in terms of the evidence source. Unlike the traditional digital forensic, where the usual objects of the examination are computers, smartphones, tablets, servers, or gateways. In IoT forensics, the source of the evidence could be much more wide ranging, including infant or the patient monitoring systems. So, in the vehicle infotainment IVI systems, traffic lights, and even medical implants in the humans and animals. So, the main components which are required for the IoT forensic are uh, the cloud forensics, network forensic, and IoT device level forensics. And if you could see on the right side pane, there are evidence sources. So under the evidence source category, uh, the components which we deal with, the public and the hybrid cloud systems, home and industrial networks like PANs, MAN, BAN, WAN, and LANs, etc. And finally, IoT where heat controllers, smart locks, cars, drones, and medical implants, etc. So these are the main basic components which are required for the IoT forensics. And uh, and how the IoT forensics and the IoT security uh, are different from. So when it comes to when it compares with IoT forensics, the IoT security, uh, it provides the more security insurance for both the physical and logical security issues. When it comes to IoT forensics, it determines and reconstruct the chain of events by analyzing the physical evidence and the electronic data. Coming to the IoT security, so we need to continuously, it's like a continuous process, and we keep alerting for 24 hours per day. When it comes to IoT forensics, there is a uh, time restricted process. So after a crime is alleged to have occurred, so uh, and IoT security is a well established computer science field. When it comes to the IoT forensic, which is young and unexplored branch of the digital forensic. So these are the main difference between the IoT security and the IoT forensics. When compared to uh, IoT forensic and IoT security. So, in a generalized form, we can define it as like it can be possible harmful behavior for the IoT security, and for IoT forensic, it's like a reconstructing a given criminal scenario. And coming to the next slide, uh, where do we need the IoT forensics the most? So, the IoT forensic, which is mainly required for the smart city and vehicle automation, and for smart homes or the offices, as well as for the healthcare domains. And the major IoT forensic challenges are evidence identification, evidence acquisition, evidence preservation, analysis and correlation, attack and deficit attribution, and finally the evidence presentation, which is much more important. Apart from that, there are some other factors, uh, other challenges, which we will come up with. IoT forensic challenges like legal issues, multi-tenancy, privacy issues, and etc. So there were there are various research papers which have been published. If you could see on the chat provided here, under the category A, since from 1995 to 2005, there were various authors has been published a proposed research article on digital forensics, which will come under the category of the digital forensic models, which define the common successive phase of a typical investigation. Under the category B, uh, so these particular research papers have been published from 2005 to 2015. Uh, these papers towards an IoT adapted framework. And finally, under the category C, these are the recent advances on the research articles, uh, which are being published from 2016 to 2019 by various authors. And coming to the next slide, so the positives and negative points of this research paper. So one of the biggest strength of the first paper, which is a survey on the Internet of Things, IoT forensics, challenges, approaches, and open issues, is that it provides a detailed view on what IoT forensics is and why it is essential given the modern day IoT devices adoption to our lifestyles. And this paper is particularly discuss a lot of factors explaining the need of the IoT forensics and also discuss about the various IoT forensic theoretical frameworks. Though the author have explained about the various frameworks for IoT forensics, but a detailed comparison study is missing. And the author have summarized about each approach and did not add any comparison study. So this is about uh, the first research paper. And over to you, Girish.
Coming to the research paper on digital forensic and investigation of Internet of Things, a short survey. Here, the contributions in the work as listed below, highlighting the differences between a traditional and IoT digital forensic process. Like the traditional digital forensics refers to the process of investigation and analyzing digital devices and data in order to uncover evidences of cybercrimes. Uh, IoT digital forensics, on the other hand, focuses specifically on the unique challenges posed by the connected devices within the IoT ecosystem, listing IoT-based computer crimes. There are a couple of crimes are happening, like IoT device hijacking, data breaches via IoT, firmware manipulation, GPS spoofing, and the classification related to R&D contributions in the field of IoT forensics. Coming to the next slide. Why do we need IoT forensics? So we use IoT forensics for extensive attack surface and new cyber physical security threats and digital traces. Where do we need the IoT forensics the most? The IoT market has and will continue to experience and exponential growth over the current decade, starting from the 157 billion USD in 2016. The IoT market value has been projected to reach a market cap extending to 771 billion USD by 2026. Cisco projected that by the year of 2030, 500 billion objects will be connected and linked up to the market. What are the attacks on IoT and digital forensics? The IoT device works on three layers: perception layer, networking layer, and application layer. Coming to the physical layer, it could be a RFID, barcodes, or basically sensor which detect the information from the external environment and send it to the network layer. And coming to the network layer, it is deliver the result of the perception layer to the information processing system through internet or any reliable network. Finally, coming to the application layer, users leverage IoT level analytics to achieve their goals and etc. Nowadays, with the increasing usage and integration of interconnected devices, uh, security of these layers has become a challenging issue. Alteration of any future at any of the Three levels can lead to data breach and compromise to any critical security component. Coming to the next slide. What are the attacks on IoT and digital forensics? The following are three categories of attacks or computer crime targeting IoT technologies. Those are physical attacks. Node tampering. Node tampering refers to unauthorized physical manipulation or modification of the IoT devices or nodes. Sleep deprivation attacks. It targets the IoT device that use power-saving techniques to conserve energies. And coming to the software attacks. Phishing attacks can also target IoT devices and their users, posing unique challenges and risk within the IoT ecosystem. There are some examples like fake IoT devices, update messages, IoT app store phishing, and malicious script in malware. The network attacks like denial of service, man in the middle attack, and etc. The major R&D contribution in the field of digital forensic and IoTs. There are various others has been contributed their research papers in the field of embedded system, smart city, smart TV, and smart watches. The main challenges has been faced are collaboration between the different entities, issues in the key management and heterogeneity, data security, uh, damage of equipments, data confidentiality and privacy, third-party data usage, and understanding the various file systems, and etc. So, what are the positives and negative points of the paper? Firstly, the paper is a short survey paper and hence lack in depth details about the recent contributions in the IoT forensics. The author has highlighted recent progress in IoT forensics and presented the contribution and challenges of each paper, but in experimental evaluation of these studies within the each specific field such as embedded systems, smart city, and smart devices. Here, the IoT system seems to be easy targets for attackers, mostly due to the fact that when building an IoT device, manufacturing often places great emphasis on cost, size, and while security and forensic aspects tend to be neglected. Further, with current technologies and their interconnection has made it easier for hackers to exploit sensitive data and hence decrease the reliability of abused devices. In fact, Gather estimates that by the end of 2020, there will be a 5.8 million IoT devices accommodating various sectors, consequently leading to massive unsecured data. IoT forensics is a subset of digital forensics. It is a multi-factor process of collecting evidences and all interconnected devices. IoT emphasizes of volume, variety, and velocity of data. IoT technologies involve sensors and tracking tags that constantly collect the logs of activities that are a great source of witness, uh, as such as IoT forensic is of paramount importance. Thank you.